So the first card you have your past is the Two of Wands. Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind when I look at this card is limbo, because I'm just looking at these two wands and it just reminds me of, I don't know why, but it's just at this time I'm looking at this, it's reminding me of, you know, the limbo poles that people kind of go underneath. So it reminds me of that. And also because he's in the middle of these two poles, he's in limbo. He doesn't know whether to go forwards or backwards to one or the other one. So that's what I'm getting. I think you're in that kind of a feeling. You're in a limbo feeling. You didn't know which way to go at this time. I'm getting a stuck feeling as well. I'm stuck here because I don't know whether to go forwards, backwards. I don't know where to go. Yeah, I think you wanted to move forward because this man's looking forward. He wants to go forward. So you wanted to get out of a situation, I think. You want to get out of something, move into something else. I think you could see something better in front of you than where you are, just like this man. You can see all this beautiful landscape in front of him. And yeah, I think you're imagining something better. I'm actually getting this image of you or someone. It's you, it must be you, kind of sitting there staring out of the window, and maybe you're working but you were staring out of the window, so you weren't really working, and you know, just thinking of all the possibilities. I'm stuck in here, I'm looking out the window, everything's out there, everything I'd really love to do is all out that window. I'm sitting here, I'm stuck, and I want to do all these different things. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. So yeah, you wanted to do things, you wanted to be somewhere else. I'm seeing travel. I always see travel in your readings. Yeah, it feels like I want to do this, but I'm a bit trapped, I'm a bit stuck, I'm in limbo, I don't know where I'm going. Or I do, but I know where I want to go, but I can't quite get there. Yeah, there's something else here. Maybe you're separated from someone as well. I'm seeing that. You're separated from someone. Must have been a while ago, I think, because I'm seeing someone else around them. Whether you know that or not, there is someone around them. So you're definitely not together, I don't think, or I don't think that, because I'm seeing separation. Yeah, there's a lot of unsurety around whether you know they have someone around them. You might not know that, so maybe I said something and started a big drama. I hope not, but that's what I'm seeing. So anyway, there's communication between you and this person. I think they're an ex, obviously, and I don't know if you're friends now, but you are talking. I can see that. If this is you, obviously, it looks like they might be more interested in talking than you. Because there's a little bit of an imbalance here. I think one person's more interested in the other one, and it looks like they're the more interested one. Yeah, because you might have tried to stop this a few times. I'm seeing that because I'm getting this stopping and starting, stopping and starting. So there's more enthusiasm coming from them than from you. And I don't think it's you that starts this, because it stops and it starts up again, the conversation, and I think they start the conversations. That's the impression I'm getting from this, because there's more enthusiasm coming from them. So if this is you, I'm getting this feeling of holding on. I think they might be trying to hold on to you, actually. Maybe they're telling you they just want to be friends, but maybe they want more. Maybe that's why you don't know they're with someone. Maybe they're not telling you that. There's something not quite right here. It feels not quite right. Yeah, they don't want to let you go. I'm getting that quite clearly. They don't want to let you go. They're holding on to you really tightly for some reason. So, yeah, this might sound a bit harsh, actually, but it feels... This whole setup feels really unfair, actually. It's unfair to you because either you don't know that they're with someone, or you know that they're talking to you and they're with someone else, and it's kind of messing you up a bit because it doesn't make you feel good. There's not a good feeling here, and it's unfair to who they're with because they're talking to you, and there's a kind of a grey area here. I don't think it's cheating. It's not that, and you wouldn't want to do that. But it's a grey area. It's a grey area because either they want more with you, or there's something or you don't know they're with someone. It's something like that. Yeah, it feels like they're trying to talk to you as a friend, or they want you to think they're a friend. Yeah, if this is you, just think really carefully about this whole situation that you're in, and think about your instincts and think about why you don't feel good about this, why that is. Just think about this whole thing if this is you. Really think carefully about this situation you're in. Okay, so the next card you have your past is the Empress. Yeah, you're generous, you're caring, all those things, just like this Empress. Maybe that's one of the reasons why they want to keep you around, because they want that from you. They want that caring feeling from you. Maybe it's that. And you know, that's great for them, of course, but it doesn't feel that great for you. And you know that because your instincts are telling you that. I keep on feeling that, and you keep on trying to move away from them, but then it starts up again and they come back again or something. And maybe you put some other things in your life on hold as well, just because you've got this energy around you. Yeah, you're being held back. I keep on seeing that. Just be careful. It might not be this, but I have to tell you what I'm seeing. They might like to keep people around. They might like to keep all their exes around, because they can benefit them in different ways. It might be that, or it might be because they want a relationship with you and they don't want you to know they're with someone else. It's something dodgy, definitely, something not good. But I think once you totally let go of them, if that's what you decide to do, yeah, you'll start doing a lot of things you've been putting off. Lots and lots of things you've always wanted to do. And that's what I'm seeing in the Two of Wands, that you wanted to get out of this, you want to do things, but you couldn't quite do that. So that's what's stopping you. It's them. It's either them or it's their energy. It's something about them that's stopping you. Yeah, there's something specific here, actually, that I think you might have been putting off. I don't know if this is a business. Yeah, I keep on seeing travel, so there's something like that as well. Might be a business idea. It's something linked. Either you want to do this business to pay for the travel, or it's travel to do with the business, something like that. But you need to let go of this old energy to do any of these things you want to do. It won't be easy. It won't be easy. It's going to be an effort to let go of this. But if you really want to do this, you're going to have to be determined. You're going to have to put your foot down and do that. You can do this. If you're determined, you can absolutely do this. You can. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, look at the way this man's holding on. He's holding on so tightly. You know, if you try and let go of this situation and you move on, you have to be really determined, even more than you have been, because you've tried to be determined, but they keep on coming back and then you fall back into the old pattern again. So this time you have to be super determined, I think. I don't know if there's some comfort that you're taking from talking to them, or something. Yeah, there's this going away, there's this coming back, there's some reason why you keep on coming back to them. I don't know what it is. But yeah, you can see it here in this card. While they're holding on to you, you can't move forward, whether that's you know, finding someone else if you're single, or whatever it is you want to do. It's making you feel stuck because this man's covering his heart. So you're closing yourself off to something. You're closing yourself off to all these different opportunities. And I just hate seeing this for you, you know. So if this resonates, you deserve this freedom. You deserve this. Everyone deserves freedom. It takes some effort for you. It takes some effort to get there, but it's really worth it. That's what I'm seeing in that card. Okay, so the first card you have your present is Judgment. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm glad this is here, because what this is telling me is you are going to realize this. You're going to realize this if you haven't already. And this card's all about huge changes in your life. You know, this angel's blowing his trumpet and it's blasting and no one can avoid the sound. It's so loud, everyone can hear that. So, you know, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You're going to move on. And if you haven't moved on yet, you might not realise how amazing the feeling will be, this feeling of freedom. It's going to be amazing for you when you actually do move on. You know, usually people don't realise things like that until they actually look back and they see that. But yeah, it's not going to be like, I have to say this to you, it's not going to be like suddenly you move on and then you feel free. It is going to be a process. There might be some backwards and forwards, but this is the first step. This is the first step. That's what I'm seeing. And, you know, if you look at this card as well, the Judgment card, you know, this family's naked. And nakedness in tarot usually means, you know, having nothing to hide, being free, being able to be yourself. So this is an ending. It's an ending to that feeling of restriction, and it's an opening up to freedom, like their arms are all opening up. So this is opening you up to this freedom. So it's a start toward the freedom. That's what I'm seeing. I'm really, really happy to see that. Okay, there's something else. I think something else has been draining you. Not just this person, something else as well. Yeah, you've had two lots of energy drains around you. They're being removed now, though. Both of them are being removed. So everything's being cleared away. It feels really clear, or it's on the process to being clear. And okay, so I'm seeing money. And you've got the Five of Pentacles here as well. So I'll talk about that here as well. I'm getting this endless drain. It feels horrible. It's like this endless drain. That's how this feels to you. It's a money drain. It looks like maybe there's something you agreed to do, or, you know, you got yourself into something. I'm just getting this, oh, I just want this to end. I just want this to end. It feels endless, endless drain. I keep on getting this endless. Yeah, it feels like a mistake. It feels like you tried to get yourself out of one financial problem, but maybe you created another one by getting out of one. I don't know if it's something to do with loans, might be something like that, I don't know. I just keep on seeing this paying and paying and paying. And I'm looking at these poor people and the Five of Pentacles, and they're walking around and around and around this church, and, you know, they're trying to find the way in. And, you know, I'm just seeing them walking around and around. And I think that's what this feels like to you, you know. Every month or every week or whatever that you have to pay this, it just feels like this endless cycle going around and around, paying and paying, and you never get to the end. That's how it feels. Now, you might not believe this, and you're probably going to shake your head when I say this, or you roll your eyes or something, but something's going to put an end to this money drain. Something's going to stop this endless money drain. I'm seeing some written communication. Some written communication is going to come in, a letter, an email, something like that. And it's letting you know, it's informing you of what this change is, this money change. It's going to change this whole thing for you. Yeah, really, really nice surprise. And again, with these naked people in the Judgment card, obviously, it's going to make you feel a lot freer. It'll free up some of your money for you as well. So, yeah, this is starting to feel really good now. This is the process toward freedom. Really good. I'm really feeling this clarity and this freedom. It's starting to come in now. Really, really good. Okay, so, all right. So the last card you have here present is the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is a very, very emotional card. This is the emotion card. Okay, so it's quite extreme actually. So it can be about one extreme or the other extreme when it comes to emotions. It can be about love, happiness, beautiful outpouring of love, or it could be tears, you know, because all this water's flowing down this cup. So, okay, so a few different things here. If this reading's pretty much resonating with you, when you move on from this person, yeah, there are probably going to be a few more struggles here before you actually get to this freedom. Because I was seeing a process. You're not going to click your fingers and get to the freedom. It's a process. So they might actually start to ramp things up when they realise you're moving on, because this is someone who holds on. You know, they're the Four of Pentacles. They want what they want. So they might start doing things like, I don't know, they might start being overly sweet and kind or nice. They might say all kinds of amazing things to you. They might do things to try and get your attention even. Because if you look at this card, right at the top of the stem, there are these little bells. And bells, obviously, you know, they make a noise and they're to attract people's attention. And they're to make, usually they're to make people come forward, come toward where the bell's coming from. I'll give you an example of what I mean. So, okay, so if you think about, say, church bells, you know, when the church bells ring, the bells are giving out a message. They're saying, come to me, you know, come inside the church. It's time to come in. It's time for the church to start. Everyone come toward me. And, you know, the school bells are the same thing for school children, obviously. So just be aware of them trying to send you messages, sweet messages, doing things to try and attract you back again, just like a bell. They might try and push things up to another level in terms of trying to get you to stay around. They might try all kinds of different things. Now, okay, so I'll just give you this other example. Now, I just want to say this before I give you this example. I'm not saying they're an abuser. I'm not saying that at all, but this is just an example. So usually when an abuser realizes that their victim's about to leave, that's when they start ramping things up. You know, sometimes they get angrier, sometimes they get nicer. It just depends. Whatever they can do to get that person to stay, they'll do that. So it doesn't matter what it is. They'll just do whatever they can to get that person to stay. So yeah, they're going to do whatever they can to get you to stay. Again, I'm not saying they're an abuser. I'm just using that as an example, because I keep on seeing this everywhere. They're just not going to want to let you go. They will eventually, because I am seeing this freedom. I'm seeing it coming to you. So I know they will eventually. But they're not going to go without a fight. Not a literal fight, but they're just not going to disappear right away. And yeah, they're going to try lots and lots of different tactics. So just be aware of that if this is all resonating with you. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is the Ten of Wands. Okay, I've never seen this in this card before, but I'm seeing it now. First time ever. There's love here. There's new love here. This is if you're single, obviously. But because of what's on this card, it feels like you're either going to just let this go past, or you're just not going to feel ready for this new love when it comes in. You're really not going to be ready. And it's probably because you've still got this hangover from this person around you and this energy. And I was seeing all this freedom and moving on and all the work that's going into that and the struggle that goes into that. And, you know, it's a process and you know, they're not just going to roll over and disappear and all that kind of thing. But I think maybe you've just gotten so used to that feeling of the restriction of having them around you and having that energy and the feeling of that being around you. It might take you some more time, even more time, you know, than you thought for you to be able to completely get them out of your head. Yeah, it just might take you a bit longer, that's all. But that's okay. You know, you've got the Knight of Pentacles here as well, and I may as well talk about them here too, because it's the slow card. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is. So all these cards are about, even the Hanged Man, they're all about taking your time, being slow. It's not going to happen quickly. You know, it can take a long time to get rid of something that's ingrained in your mind. But, you know, you'll get there. Just remember that. You know, every day that goes past, it's a day that's closer to you getting there. So even if it takes days, months, however long it takes, it doesn't matter. You're getting closer every time. You're getting closer every minute. And, you know, the man on the Ten of Wands, he's obviously carrying this big burden around with him. And if you look closely, it looks a little bit like a cage in front of him. It's kind of caging him. It's putting this barrier between him and everything else. He can't even see. So what that's showing me is you're going to have this barrier up. You won't be ready to let anyone near you, especially new love. So it's going to come along. I'm seeing a few options that you're going to have, actually more than one, but you're not going to be open to them. You won't be ready yet. And the cage will fall away in time. Each one's going to fall in its own time, and you'll get to the right place at the right time. And by the time the last bit of this cage has dropped, you'll be ready. You'll be ready for someone new. But it just takes as long as it takes. And with the Hanged Man, again, same thing, holding back, not quite ready to move forwards, all that, not ready to be with anyone properly. So if this is you, just let things unfold in their own time. Don't worry about missing out on love. And if someone comes along, don't force yourself. Don't force yourself. Don't push yourself into something until you're 100% ready. You might have some pressure on you. You might have people who want you to say, oh, you're single, why don't you go out with this person? Don't do that. Don't do that until you're ready. And you'll know when you're ready.